As summer comes to a close, I've had a special request for ice cream sandwiches. I'm Lindsay from My Better Batch, and today we're gonna make mint chocolate chip ice cream sandwiches. Let's get baking. I recently showed you how to make patriotic ice cream sandwiches. We made these in a sheet pan with classic chocolate chip cookie dough, filled them with vanilla ice cream, and then rolled them in patriotic sprinkles. This was quite a labor-intensive recipe, but I've been working all summer long to try to perfect this recipe. And not just that, try to simplify it. I think I'm finally there. Anytime you're working with ice cream, you want to be sure to give the ice cream plenty of time to set before serving. For this reason, I make sure to prepare these one day ahead of time. For this, you'll need 1 batch of my chocolate sugar cookie dough, 1 gallon of mint chocolate chip ice cream, a bag of mini chocolate chips, 2 sheet pans, one 9x11 and one 13x18, a small cookie cutter or biscuit cutting tool, 3 sheets of parchment paper, and a stand or hand mixer. Let's prep our cookie dough. For this dessert, we're going to use a classic chocolate cookie layer. And for that, we'll prepare a simple chocolate sugar cookie recipe. If you've not made this before, here's a refresher. Here's what you'll need: unsalted butter, light brown sugar, eggs, vanilla extract, all-purpose flour, unsweetened cocoa powder, salt, and baking soda. Using my mixer with the paddle attachment, I'm going to cream the butter and the brown sugar together. I'd recommend starting the mixer on low until the ingredients are just combined before turning the speed to medium. This will avoid a big mess, trust me. Let the mixer run on medium for about 4 minutes. Scrape the sides of your bowl and the paddle attachment and turn the mixer back on medium for about another minute. At this point, you should have a light tan-colored mixture that has a smooth and fluffy texture. You shouldn't be able to see any brown sugar or any tiny pieces of butter. Next, let's add 2 eggs, one at a time, to our mixture. Mix on medium until each is well combined. This should only take about 30 to 45 seconds. Add 1 teaspoon vanilla extract and give it one more mix to incorporate. So now we're going to combine all of our dry ingredients into a medium-sized mixing bowl. 2 cups all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to blend these ingredients together using a whisk. Let's mix our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. You want to be sure that all dry ingredients are fully incorporated. It's also pretty important to make sure that you're scraping down the sides of the bowl and the paddle. In the stand mixer, this should only take about 30 to 45 seconds to mix together each time dry ingredients are added. Your dough is ready when it looks like this. Yum! I'm going to place my parchment paper horizontally like this over the edges because when our cookies have cooled, we're going to pull this entire cookie off the pan, and I may need some leverage in order to do so. You'll see in just a bit. I'm going to cover the entire surface of the sheet pan with cookie dough. It may not look like you have enough, but I promise you do. I like to use my cookie scoop to drop the dough all over the sheet before pressing it into the pan. This just ensures that I don't run out of dough halfway through pressing it onto the cookie sheet. Once we're done, it's time to bake in a 375-degree oven for about 15 to 16 minutes. You want to be sure you don't overbake these cookies, so I typically take them out when they look slightly underbaked. I've let my ice cream sit out on the countertop for about 15 minutes to soften up. Once it's soft, but not melted, I'm going to scoop the entire gallon of ice cream into the base of my stand mixer with the paddle attachment. I'm going to mix on medium for about 30 to 45 seconds. This is going to help soften up the ice cream and make it much easier to work with. In order to get the perfect shape, size, and thickness, I'm going to use a parchment-lined quarter sheet pan and spread my ice cream across the entire surface like this. A quarter sheet pan is a 9x11 inch sheet pan with rim sides. Once it's completely spread across the surface, you're going to put it back into the freezer for about 4 hours to harden up. We're going to use our cookie cutter on the ice cream too. This means that our top, our bottom, and the ice cream center are going to be the exact same size. Now it's time to shape our cookies and ice cream and assemble our ice cream sandwiches. We're gonna stamp our cookies. Using my cookie cutter, I'm just gonna stamp the entire surface of the dough like this. I'm gonna set these to the side because once I pull my ice cream out, it's gonna be time to assemble. Fun fact, my oldest son loves the scraps from this. I mean, if you really can call them scraps. I save them and he devours them. Now that we've stamped all of our cookie dough, it's time to work on the ice cream. My mint chocolate chip ice cream has been in the freezer for about 4 hours and it's fully set. Using that same cookie cutter, we're gonna stamp the entire surface of the ice cream. As we stamp the ice cream, we're gonna place it between 2 stamped cookies. Here's a helpful hint. Speed matters at this step because the ice cream starts to melt pretty darn quick. So I typically assemble 2 to 3 sandwiches and then place them back into the freezer while I work on the rest. Now, as a final step, you can roll your ice cream sandwich in mini chocolate chips. This is completely optional, but a really fun way to finish off your ice cream sandwiches. There you have it, mint chocolate chip ice cream sandwiches. We've got mint chocolate chip ice cream, chocolate cookies on the outside. This is a fantastic way to celebrate another great summer. If you have a flavor combination that you like, the possibilities are endless and we would love to hear about them. Be sure to drop it in the comments below, and as always, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. I'm Lindsay with My Better Batch. Thanks for baking with me today. They're falling off. The chocolate chips falling off. They're falling. Oh my gosh.